What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and as you can see, we're dicking around in the Dead Space 3 demo for a little bit. So with the game less than a week away, I figured one thing that'd be fun is I wanted to bring you guys a quick video talking about some really awesome weapon combinations. I mean, me and my buddy Ricky spent probably a good 2-3 hours just dicking around in here making different guns. And I'm going to bring you a couple of those guns, and these are the ones that I considered at least to be the best guns that I've found so far. So first up, I'm going to show you this baby right here. So this is basically an assault rifle with the Javelin gun. And basically the way this works is you just go military engine with the compressor, telemetry spike with the default, and then obviously you're going to want stasis coating on the bottom. If you don't have access to stasis, you could also use the electric charge. That works just as well. Attachment 1 doesn't really matter. You can mix that up with whatever you want. I just chucked ammo support on there for now. And then for your upgrade circuits, you're going to want reload on your assault rifle, since the reload will affect the reload speed of both weapons. And on your Javelin, you want pure damage. So to give you an idea of how this puppy works, the basis behind this gun is, with the assault rifle, you have very consistent fire, relatively low spread, and all those bullets have stasis on them. So you're going to use those to freeze up your enemies, hit them with a Javelin, and with the max damage, like, you know, 4+2 damages into the Javelin, it's enough to one-shot any enemy. So, I mean, this guy died from just the assault rifle alone. But as you can see, with all damage, the Javelin becomes extremely efficient at taking out enemies. Pop them a couple times, slow them up, shoot them. Like I said, if you don't have stasis, another alternative option is to use the electric, just because just as easily that will end up freezing them up. And the idea is to just stun them to make sure you don't miss a shot with your Javelin. That's obviously the focus with this gun, especially considering that you have, you know, limited ammunition with the Javelin. So our next weapon, this is going to be more of a close range deal. And this is basically a Rivet Shotgun combined with a chain lightning gun. Now, in a similar fashion to before, once again, we're going to be using something to slow up our enemies on the bottom. This time it's going to be with electric charge. But basically, we're going to go telemetry spike with the conic dispersal. Out of all the combinations, I found that the spike and conic dispersal, basically that ended up being the best shotgun variant. I mean, I tried this with the military, with the pulse, and out of everything, the spike and the conic, I mean, the Rivet Shotgun just seems to be the most efficient, highest damaging variant of a shotgun in the game. Now, obviously, when the full game's released, you know, there might be some other things that are changed. This is just a demo, but from what I've seen, this is extremely effective. Moving on from there, obviously, I'm going to use a Tesla core and then combine that with the diffraction torus. And what that's basically going to do is it will allow the Tesla to hit one enemy and jump to a bunch of them. So when we combo that up with electric charge, we'll hit one enemy, it'll stun multiple of them up, and that's going to give you time to just go to town and ruin shit with the shotgun. So up top, for the shotgun, we're running damage and rate of fire. Now, it doesn't matter how you combo it, 2 damage. You want a total of 4 damage up here and 4 rate of fire up here. Obviously, I got a +2, and then 2 of the, you know, 1 rate, 1 damage, just to even that out. But that'll put your damage perfectly on the max line. For the Tesla, I ended up going primarily with reload. And the thing about reload is if you have a secondary, the secondary weapon, you know, the lower half of your weapon, if it's there as mainly support, I would highly suggest going with reload. Because like I said, the reload is going to be global. So reload down here, it'll end up affecting the reload speed of both guns, since when you reload, it reloads both guns with the same animation. So that being said, I put the reload, but at the same time I want a rate of fire, because just the way the Tesla is structured, it's not exactly the fastest gun. So I ended up pumping a little bit of rate of fire into there. Let's give you an idea of how this one works. So like I said, this is a really nice close range gun. As you can see, we have very limited ammo, so it's important to conserve, make sure we get off all of our shots appropriately. Ugly little babies. And you can see it managed to... Oh, get off of me. No! These little runners are such a bitch. Bad necromorph. Now I had to step on your face. Like I said, you can hit them with a lightning, and you can see it managed to stun up both of these necromorphs. Allowed us to get off shots with the shotgun. And it might not be as efficient as the first gun, but I mean, if you prefer more, you know, close up on your enemy, hitting them with a shotgun gameplay style, this is definitely a very efficient gun to accomplish that with. Alright, our third gun in the lineup, one of my favorites from Dead Space 2, the pulse rifle. But what we're going to be doing here is we're going to combine the pulse rifle along with the force gun toss flame gateways on that to pump up the damage a little bit, and what you end up with is an extremely effective gun for taking out necromorphs fast, efficiently, and you have some good crowd control. So with this specific variant, we ended up putting the scope on it, and as you can see, we're a lot closer up now. And you're thinking, well, how, you know, if I'm up this close, how the fuck am I supposed to shoot shit with it runs up on me? That's where your force gun comes back. So basic idea behind this gun, you know, you're going to be able to take off necromorphs from real far away before they even get close to you. I mean, as you can see, the fire with the pulse rifle just ends up being extremely effective at just tearing these guys apart. Oh, look, a little spiny baby survived. And if they do get close enough, hit him with the force gun. You know, you're too close for my scope. I'm gonna have to blow you away. So this is a very powerful one, in my opinion. I mean, compared to the others, I think this is probably one of the most effective guns in terms of just raw force, because you can just continually advance on your enemy and take them out. In terms of upgrades for that one, I don't think I remember looking at it, but basically, you want 8 damage on military rifle. That'll put that up to maximum damage. And then on your plasma, I'd suggest either let me see, clip and reload, just because you want to make sure you have enough shots to blow stuff away if it comes down to it. And then obviously reload, since it's going to affect the reload speed of both weapons. And the final weapon we have up, and this was actually more of a little bit of a joke weapon that we came up with, and it actually ended up being quite effective. But what you're going to be combining is a cryogenic torch with a hydraulic hammer. So we got the pneumatic torch, put a precision tip on there, so it's going to give us a very specific fray and or very specific spray. And with the precision tip, you'll see instead of a flamethrower, we freeze targets with it. So we're going to combine that along with acid bath, which is going to cause constant damage over time that'll keep stacking up. And then when we add in a hydraulic engine and a conic dispersal, we basically have a sledgehammer to bash the faces off of our frozen enemies. Damage-wise, we're going to be going into, obviously we want reload, but it's only going to take a total of 4 damage on the conic dispersal to max the damage out right there. The damage obviously isn't very high on the pneumatic torch, so we're not going to be worried about damage there, but instead we're going to try and get our clip size up. As you can see, clip's almost at max, so we went ahead and dumped the extra into the reload right there. And that ends up giving us a very nice amount of, you know, just fluid to go into this battle with. So as you can see, we got 64. That's a good chunk of, you know, freezing up the enemies, and it has a respectable range on it. So let's see how this one holds up against all these baddies. And as you can see, he doesn't look very good. He's like frozen up already, and the freeze with the acid bath specifically, it really does wonders. And if he gets close up, yeah, well, needless to say, that takes care of business when it comes down to it. But that's all there is to it for these weapons, guys. Like I said, obviously this is only the demo, so I'm sure there's going to be more amazing combinations that everyone comes up with when the full game's released. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you're looking forward to Dead Space 3 as much as I am. I know I just went back and finished beating the shit out of 2 to make sure I was, you know, ready in the right main state for 3. But that being said, that's all there is for this one, guys, so make sure to check back. We're going to have a full walkthrough for Dead Space 3, in addition to some co-op live stream going on, so we'll see you guys then.